not on the field, court or ice. You are on the couch. From DG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, C. Wall, delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from a hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's C-Wall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am. Through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. See all that we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coaching from the Couch. This is your weekly DMV Sports Update, and I am your host, C-Wall, checking in as I do each and every week to bring you all of the latest information and updates on what's happening in the DMV in sports. So you all listen, it's time to get going. There's a lot to cover in a short period of time. So listen, are you all already checked in? Have you already hit the love button? And while you are hitting the love button, there's, of course, a reminder that I have to tell you all that this is a live Bowie television recording. Okay? So put some great comments in the chat, great questions, anything that's like super awesome, definitely on point. Absolutely. If we have an opportunity to, we'll make sure that we put that on the screen for our viewing audience. Also, you all have to make sure you are sharing this show with your DMV sports loving family and friends. Okay, so have you guys shared the show? Have you checked in? Have you tagged in your favorite DMV sports fans? So let's go ahead and get going. I know folks are still trickling in. I think I see, of course, Cameron Mingo, Eric Jessup, John Adams. For certain, always, Joy Butler is on to get the conversation going in the chat. Make sure you are liking, loving, and sharing, of course. And hey, when Mama Waller pops on, you all make sure you say hello to her, because we know that she's the queen, and we have to always say hey to Mama Waller for certain. So listen, full agenda for this evening. We have a Washington Spirit update, a Washington Nationals update, Capital City Go-Go, a quick liner on the Wizards, Mystics, and Commanders. Okay? Reminder, Spirit, Nats, Capital City Go-Go, quick note on the Wizards, Mystics, Commanders. All right, you all ready? Let's go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the chat or a love button so we can go ahead and get started. For the Washington Spirit, you all have until tonight at 11:59 p.m. This is September the 1st, 11:59 p.m., where you can go to the Washington Spirit website and enter to win 4 tickets to watch the Washington Spirit take on the San Diego Wave on September the 10th at Audi Field. Plus, you would get on-field access for 2 after the game to take penalty kicks on the Spirit mascot, PK. Okay, so do not pass this opportunity up. Soon as you finish watching the show, because you got until 11:59 p.m. tonight to enter to win those tickets. Hey, it's probably a lot of fun. I'm sure that it is. I wish that that's something that I could do, quite frankly. So Go ahead and hopefully you all win. If you do win, please let us know so that we can shout you out and say, hey, we know them and they won. Nats fans, let me give you an opportunity to check in. Let's check in, Nats fans. Are you there? Listen, I know you're probably sad because it's a really sad season. The Nats are last in Major League Baseball. And listen, you heard it here first. I wouldn't judge you at all if you started rooting for right up the Beltway, the Baltimore Orioles. It's not a bad thing. They're right down the street. We're all in the same area. So it's not like a really super bad thing. But listen, as Curtis Price says here about the Nats, it's a super sad season. Absolutely. It is and has been for certain, just to make things worse. Cade Cavalli just comes out on his first career start on Tuesday, August the 30th. Now he suffered shoulder inflammation, anticipated to miss 2 weeks. And I'm like, well, okay. All right. Wow. What a season. Every time you turn around, it's absolutely something with the Washington Nationals, and not in a positive way at all. First things first, Kate, we want to make sure you're well and want to make sure that you're okay, and that you are just healing up because, hey, yes, the team is not doing well. Season is completely over, but hey, this is just kind of what it is. I see this question and I want to address it because Davey Martinez actually signed an extension. So unless they go back on that, he's slated to be here at least another year. He signed an extension earlier this season. So Davey Martinez is expected to be here. And I don't think this is kind of the hand he was dealt this year. And that's unfortunate. It was reported, and I believe that I shared on this show as well, that Davey Martinez was one of the folks that was very sad when Juan Soto got traded. And it's just hard when you build that relationship and that camaraderie and that family. And but he can't weigh in and make those decisions. That's ultimately an ownership decision. And of course, with Juan declining the offer that they did give, that's kind of, he just has to go with what his bosses say. So let's just see what happens. I mean, we have to track it. We have to track the Washington Nationals because we cover all of the DMV sports teams at the professional, collegiate, and youth level. So we're going to keep talking about them. They're in season and there's always something going on. So we have to continue to report and share with you all what's going on. Again, get well soon, Cade, and you are in our thoughts for certain. Next up, a Capital City Go-Go update. Are there any Capital City Go-Go fans? Check in, love button, fire emoji, Capital City Go-Go. Here's the update. And the Capital City Go-Go actually just announced their schedule for the season. But we're going to get into that soon. But there's so much to discuss that we're going to try to get to all of their schedule highlights in a future episode. But the Capital City Go-Go, they're holding tryouts. Open local player tryouts at the Entertainment and Sports Arena will be 2 sessions on September the 10th. Only pre-registered and fully vaccinated players will be able to participate in the open tryout, and each session will be capped at 75 participants on first-come, first-served basis. Session 1 is Saturday, September the 10th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Session 2 is Saturday, September 10th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Registration is now open. Go to the website, Go to the website, get all of the information that you need there. But hey, this is a huge opportunity. I'm leaving this up here for a while because I want to make sure you all get the memo and you have it and share it with other local basketball stars. Okay? They're having tryouts. I think I see a basketball player checking in. DG, Capital City Go-Go tryouts, September the 10th. Go on their website and register. Get all the information you need. Check it out. Give the information to your basketball playing family and friends. Hey, you got to at least give it a shot, right? No pun intended. But I'm just saying, why not try? May as well. I don't see anything wrong with it. Go ahead and give it a try, you guys, okay? And I'm going to update you guys again and remind you all of these tryouts. All right? I want to see folks there. And I want, if you try out, tag Seawall Sports, hashtag Bowie TV, and say, we tried out. I went, I tried out, registered, all set to go. Okay? All right. Wizards fans, are there any Wizards fans on the recording? Real quick, this isn't even like, it's an update, but all I really had to say was, listen, I'm not excited about Donovan Mitchell being in the East. That's all I'm going to say. Not going to get into the details of the Cleveland trade with, to get Donovan Mitchell. We got a lot more we need to discuss. But as the season goes on, I just not excited about Donovan Mitchell being in the East. And actually, Donovan Mitchell is Donovan Mitchell, amazing player, terrific, just amazing player in all facets. And that's exactly why not looking forward to the Wizards having to play Donovan Mitchell in the Cleveland Cavaliers too many times in the upcoming season. So as we get closer to the NBA season, we'll start to talk more about the Wizards' opponents, what they have to be looking out for. Be on the lookout for the Triple W podcast. We'll be back. And so there'll be a lot of coverage for certain. And as Curtis is saying right here, Curtis Price, I see your comment, the East is stacked. Absolutely. And that's why I'm like, okay, all right, don't really like this. So more to come. Mystics fans, check in. Fire emoji in the chat or love emoji. Mystics is up now, and then we still have Commanders to come. I wanted to stop here for the Mystics to give a shout out to Ariel Atkins and Natasha Cloud for being named to the WNBA All Defensive First Team. Atkins and Cloud become the second and third players in Mystics franchise history to earn first team honors and are the only teammates in franchise history to have both earned WNBA All Defensive Team recognition in the same season, a mark they previously reached in 2019. Atkins becomes the only player in franchise history to make an All Defensive Team 5 times and is one of 8 players in WNBA history to accomplish this feat in consecutive seasons. Natasha Cloud coming off a career year, averaging career best in points, rebounds, and a league-leading 7 assists per game. As we shared in a previous episode, she earned the 2022 WNBA Peak Performer Award for assist this season. Listen, these ladies just, hey, we all know that the season did not end the way anybody wanted it to. But I'm going to tell you, These ladies just play tremendously, and I'm very excited. I'm happy that the league has honored them in the way that they have. And it's a great thing. It's a great honor. I know it's not the ultimate goal in what they wanted to see this season in a championship, but nonetheless, they should be celebrated, commended, and just really honored for what they've done this season in their careers. Again, reminder that Shakira Austin made the all rookie team. So shout out again to Shakira, and on tonight, Ariel and Natasha. So all good things, all good things. We know it didn't turn out the way anybody wanted, but hey, we still have to recognize and acknowledge the amazing season that they had. Commanders fans, have you all tagged in the Commanders fellow fans that you all want to discuss this week's happenings with? Got a lot to cover. A lot to cover on this. So, all right. Who's all here? Who's all in? First things first. First thing is first. Want to acknowledge again, as we have all week long, as you all know, rookie running back Brian Robinson was the victim of an attempted robbery, carjacking on Sunday on 8th Street, DC, and he is recovering. He's doing well. I'm sure you all saw the post that Brian made it his way to the facility. And if you watched that video and saw the pictures, you all saw the smiles. Wow, I mean, they just had to lay their eyes on them. As Coach Randy Jordan said, you are a sight for sore eyes. Whew. I think everybody just exhaled, knowing that he came to the facility and the Commanders organization recorded it and put it out there for fans to see and just overall the general public. And then the Commanders announced, which isn't a surprise, right, that Brian will be on the reserve non-football injury list, the NFI. And I wanted to spend some time at some point. We have to spend some time to kind of go through the NFI and all of the different injury lists, because I think it's important. I've realized that a lot of folks don't know the differences between the various lists. So I want to make sure you all are good to go. That's one of the things that we do. Seawall Sports Bowie Television is education as well. So we will cover that soon, as long as I don't have a lot of other things that need to be covered. But good things. And we're really happy that Brian is okay, first and foremost. And I'm sure whenever he's ready to come back, and of course, he's been cleared by the doctors, then that's what he'll do. So that was good news. Woo! Because that was just too much to deal with. And so I'm sure that is us saying that. But the welcome home luncheon, was this Thursday. It was nice. At the MGM National Harbor in the Grand Ballroom. So I want to try to figure out, what am I going to get to next? I know that shout out to Lamar Bland. Lamar sent over a few questions, and he asked about the sights. And one of the questions that he asked that I wanted to make sure gets addressed on the show is about the sights and the sounds. So it's a couple things I want to get into. First things first, the team announced the greatest 90 list. It was 80. And then they were going to, since this is the 90th year of the franchise, they were going to then talk about the next 10. So the organization put out this video that check in, love emoji, fire emoji in the chat if you've seen it. But even if you haven't seen it, here's the video from the Commanders organization now. Listen, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that video. I think everybody did, and I hope you all did as well. So that was the next 10. So that rounds out the greatest of the 90 in honor of the 90 years of the franchise. So overall, in terms of sights and sounds, you all may have seen me post that it was a couple of takeaways that I wanted to share. First two actually. So this is my second welcome home luncheon as media. And it was good. It was fine. And one of the things that I like to kind of see with the team is the intros. They announce each position group and everybody comes out. And I'm not sure if the organization has already put this out or put pictures out. But my first two this was one of my sights and sounds observation that video was announced today and then put out on the team's social media accounts. But from my perspective, some of the other sights and sounds, two of those was when Gary, for the position groups come out and the alumni come out with the current player position groups. So for the wide receivers, Gary Clark came out first because not every position group. Sometimes the active players come out first and then the alumni. But with the wide receivers, Gary Clark came out first. And then a few steps behind him was Terry McLaurin. And then it was the rest of the wide receivers. And it was kind of cool. I was like, I see what y'all did there. Wide receiver group. Y'all made that work. Look nice. I liked it. Spot on. Very good. Like the energy too. Then the quarterback group. Doug Williams came out, and around him were, of course, Carson Wentz, then Sam Howell, then Taylor Heineke. And that was really cool too. That energy that they had coming out, walking behind Doug, kind of in that kind of, triangle, if you will, formation. That was cool. That was cool. You see him smiling. I was like, I like that energy. Very good. Here was something else. I saw Troy Apke in there, right? And I said, well, what's he doing here? I guess that's nice that they invited him. And this is me being transparent because transparency builds trust. And I said, what is he doing? And one of my media colleagues, I won't say who, they said, Candy, Troy Apke is on the team. I was like, no, he's not. They were like, okay. Y'all, I completely and I'm like, how did this happen? I know I'm busy. I get it. But I was at practice. I have the practice squad list. And I just couldn't even, what is he doing here? That's nice that they invited him. Wow, look at Troy Apke. He came to the party too. That's cool. He's on the team. What? I don't know how I missed it. They absolutely released him. I see this question here. They absolutely released him, but they brought him back on the practice squad. And his name is Biggest Day on the practice squad list. So we're going to get into some roster talk now. They absolutely released him, but they brought him back. And I missed that one. I did. I had to laugh at myself on that. I was like, girl, where were you? And I was at practice. I saw a question, and Lamar had this as well, and I saw a question come through about Cameron Curl. Now, this goes back to who's injured, who's everything. I will say this. We were all shocked to see Cameron Curl in the sling at practice. Okay? Here's what I will say. Ron Rivera has made it very clear he does not have to provide any injury report or update until next Wednesday, which is starting truly the beginning of week 1, right? Next Wednesday is when they have to start providing injury updates. We were shocked. Perhaps he will go on IR at some time. There is no other details or scoop, per se on that. Ron doesn't tolerate that. He doesn't tolerate leaks. This is not the old regime where stuff just gets out all the time. So he will provide that injury report when he has to, which will be next Wednesday. I mean, hey, if anything ends up slipping out before then, of course, we'll share it. But we were all kind of shocked. And I guess we'll see what happens. But that would definitely hurt if he's unable to start for quite some time. That's definitely a not what you want to see going into the season at all. So with that being said, let's first start with the practice squad while we still have a couple minutes here. And as I said, Troy Apke's name is right there. And y'all, I just glossed over it. I was at practice. I just didn't see him. I have no idea. We're looking right at Cameron Curl. He's over there with the defensive backs. How I miss Troy Apke, only the Lord knows. And I saw a few others. I think there was a question that came through from Lamar as well about Jared Patterson. And while you all are taking a look at this, I will also say, or does J-Pat leave much to be desired in terms of the team probably made the right decision in keeping Jonathan Wills over Jared Patterson. On a previous episode, I shared, or this could have been on Locked On Commanders with my media colleague David Harrison of Sports Illustrated, where I shared I would go with Jonathan Williams if I had to choose, right? If we were, they were going 4 running backs, who's the 4? And that 4th spot for me went to Jonathan Williams. I totally agree with the team's decision all the way around, right? Who they decided to keep and bring back on the practice squad when it comes to the running back position. So that's my answer there. And I just think Jonathan Williams had a heck of a camp. Again, the running back position is so strong. It is so strong. So that is not to say that Jared Patterson didn't have a strong camp. I just think that Jonathan Williams can get a lot more production out of him. And I was just so impressed with what I've seen with him thus far. We'll have to get into a bit more because we're at our time. Actually, we'll have to get into a bit more of the roster. The roster is going to update because that was the initial, I think that's practice squad, but we didn't even get to the initial 53, which is okay because John Bostic is back, and I don't think you all liked that too much. It seemed like, but we'll get into more of that when we have our Commanders update next week. And again, the weekly DMV Sports Update. You all, thank you so much for tuning in and asking all your great questions and keeping all the commentary going in the chat. Listen, you guys, be safe. And I will be talking to you all again very, very soon.
you're not on the field, court, or ice, you're on the couch. From DG to DC, this is Coaching from the Couch with your host, C. Wall, delivering coverage for all DC sports teams from a hometown perspective. Nats, Skins, Mystics, DC United, Washington Wizards, Caps, Bowie State.
My name's C-Wall, I'm a PG girl. Down for my skins, I don't know if you heard. If you like watching sports, then I am your girl. Sit down on the couch if you not on the field. Cold on the ice, pick any sport that you want. Know that I cover it tight. What would you like? From baseball to football and more. The list can go on the whole night. Big shouts out to my HBCU fam. Never forget who I am through the wins and the losses, the highs and the lows. We gotta stay strong, so I stay 10 toes. Make the competition back. The way I kick it, make them mad, man. See all that we live and direct. Sit back on the couch and relax. Come on.